Hello, everyone. It is Pat. Welcome back to my channel for today's video, which is looking at the archangels and the energies for the upcoming month of December 2024. I've been a little out of the loop with my weekly readings as we in those last couple of weeks of November. And, I'll be honest and transparent here. I was kind of a little out of sorts. Many of us have been since the election results, and the energy has just felt weird. So one of the things that I do, because as you know, my business is called Relaxed Life Coaching. And whenever I feel troubled, I know that I have to go back to a place where I can focus on peace. Because in the law of attraction, what you focus on is what grows. So in order to get clearer understandings and intuition of, weird times like that, meditating on peace is a helpful way to kind of reground yourself. And, at the end of November, actually it was, around the 25th, just the beginning of this past week. And, oh, by the way, I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving too. But we had Mercury retrograde that kind of came in here, and that came in actually with a lot of lovely, like reminiscing kind of energy with it. Mercury retrograde, if you're not aware, any kind of retrograde is when a planet has the appearance of going backwards. It doesn't actually truly go backwards, but it has that, appearance. And when Mercury is retrograde, Mercury oversees electronics, communications. It's a time where the prefix re is around reunions and reviewing, and but it's also a wonderful time to redo, reorganize, that kind of thing. It has those different themes to it. And it can be very annoying when you get rerouted or you have to redo emails or something like that when technology crashes. But it can also be wonderful. Mine came in with a reunion with some old friends that I've known for years, decades. And so it was really nice to have that. And even going back to my childhood home, which was really interesting. I was an emotional puddle around that. But anyways, looking into the month of December, I'm going to pull my Archangel cards like I always do and see what's coming up. I think in one of the last readings that I did, there was a card about being in transition. And I do feel like that. I mean, it's very literal, obviously, since we are in a period of transition between political parties, and, with the outcome of the whole election. But I don't honestly feel that is entirely settled. And I know a lot of us don't out there. And, as I said in a previous video, you might think us crazy or in denial or something like that. But I don't feel that's entirely settled. And we can't get a super clear grip on what exactly may come. But I think January is going to be an interesting month as well as December. So let's start and see. I'm going to start with the Archangels, the Archangel Oracle card deck that I always pull. Okay. And right out of the gate, we have Archangel Ariel with this message of courage. And it says, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So, and she's got the lioness there in the background. Archangel Ariel is kind of like a female archangel, or gender-wise. Angels don't truly have a gender, but you could think of her potentially as more of like a feminine aspect of an Archangel Michael. She is strong. She's courageous. She's very powerful. And in this instance, I think the courage message this month is we're going to need, a lot of us, it's going to take courage to face things that we need to face. Or courage to go in new directions. I think some results of things are going to be challenged. That's just my personal feeling about it. And that's what it is about standing up for your beliefs. A lot of us don't believe the way things turned out. And it's not just because our side didn't win. I don't think that's entirely it. You know, we're not a bunch of sore losers or something like that. And I certainly don't want to stir up any drama, but, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of results and things that get challenged. And that's going to take courage because, you know, we all want to see justice take place. And, but so it may involve standing up for yourself in some situation personally for you. And, you know, deciding to just follow your own path and be who you are. Okay. So Ariel's with us, overseeing us in this month of December with her message of courage. So you can call upon her. She's got a lovely, actually, it's a very light pink energy to her, a color to her aura, like kind of like what I'm wearing today. So let's see who else is working with us this month for the month of December 2024. And for some of you, I feel like it has to do with courage regarding either facing or telling your relatives about something, about a situation or about, you know, a truth about yourself that's been going on, bringing that to light for them. Okay. We also have Zadkiel, who just jumped out here with this message of compassion. And says, soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So courage and compassion. And I feel like we need to pull a third card here. Zadkiel's a very quiet archangel, very studious. He helps people with, he helps with our intellect, and he's great for if you have to study big for a test and remember facts and information and stuff like that. But he also works with our heart energies, helping us to forgive or to look upon things compassionately, you know, and it's but also having compassion for yourself and what you as a soul have been through. Okay. Having compassion for people who may have been in a place where they didn't understand or they don't understand. And they're seeing the truth about things finally. Okay. So let's see. Archangels. Who else is working with us this month? Feel the need for one more. We have Ariel. Again, she's our primary archangel this month, it seems, with this message of spread your wings. She says, don't hold back. The timing is perfect and you're ready to soar. So angels and the guides and that we call upon when we pull oracle cards or tarot cards or what have you, there are some that have elements of timing to them. And in this instance, she's saying it's now. The timing is perfect now to do what you're feeling maybe inspired to do, to go after a dream that you've had for a long time, or and it's like I said, an inspiration or a great idea that you've had. So and what's interesting in this card is that she says, I want to find the description of it. Because I liked one of the things that was said in this card when I first pulled it out. Spread your wings. Yeah. Sometimes we can feel intimidated by the prospect of change. So, and the thought of moving past our comfort zone, which is why she comes in with courage. Okay. And, you know, she's letting us know to welcome new opportunities and that it's safe to follow your heart. And she reminds us that when we follow our inspirations, we inspire other people too. So always something to keep in mind. And sometimes it's just a way of helping us understand it's just really our own fear and the intimidating prospect of change that's holding us back. So For some of you, maybe it's you're deciding to move, or either your physical location, or maybe to a new job or a new career. So whatever it is, it signifies that there are opportunities coming up this month, and that when those opportunities come up and you're kind of like, oh, this could be it. Ariel's message is don't hold back. You are ready to go for it. Okay. So now let's pull from some of our fairy as clarifiers. Okay. Let's see. I also like to pull like an Archangel Michael card. I pull out a bunch of card decks when I do these monthly readings, and I never know which one I'm gonna. Okay, let's see. Let's get a message from Archangel Michael while we're on the Archangel, the higher overseeing overview. Archangel Michael, what is your message for us for the month of December? Okay, he has, and admit the truth to yourself and take action accordingly. Okay. So this is just about being, and that's, a bit about having courage too. That's part of Archangel Ariel's message, where you have to be willing sometimes. We all have to be willing to be really be with our feelings, be really honest with ourselves, and just, admit that you're in a situation that you don't like, admit you may have been wrong about something. It's not easy to do that, or admit that a choice that you made wasn't the right one for you, but it also lets you know you have the power to change it. Okay. It may be time to, heal or leave an unhealthy situation or relationship. All right. So, you can call on Michael and Ariel for the courage to do that. So the Archangel energies this month, overseeing us, are shoring up our strength and our courage, okay, to make necessary changes, even if they're intimidating, but also to have compassion for ourselves and other people along the way. Okay. Now let's see what the fairies, and I have the Wisdom of the Oracle card deck here too. All right, Spirit, what is your message for us? Can you give us some clarifications on these? Oh, I have my kitty coming to join me. Her name is Angel. Hi, baby. You coming to say hi? Yeah. Okay. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us today for this month of December? Okay. Well, okay, so we have some similar messages. Oh boy, that's a bunch that spilled out. That's too many. So one of the messages from the Wisdom of the Oracle is similar to Archangel Ariel's message, come to the edge. It's about taking a risk. And that's what Ariel's message of spread your wings is. Okay. And maybe for some of you, it's putting a creation of yours out there. Maybe you're writing something, a book, a piece of music, a course, or something like that. So it's about being willing to take a risk. Okay. The other card that popped out was this Orphan one, which Orphan comes up when we're just sort of feeling lost. I mean, if you look at the image on this card, let me get it to the right place here. The fairy in it, sort of has she has like that snowman nose on, and she's kind of slumped down. And it's for those times when, sometimes when we take a risk, okay, we kind of feel like we're going it on our own. It's because we feel different, that we have to step out and do something different. Okay. And, but sometimes that is what's needed. It takes courage to do that. The orphan card can certainly symbolize loss, feeling like that feeling of being like an outsider. But when it's coupled with come to the edge, it might just mean that, you know, the courageous steps that you're taking this month are making you feel a little bit like, hey, I'm the only one who's saying this or doing this, or, you might feel like alone in that endeavor. Okay. Where you're walking outside the lines here. Let me just get a little bit more info from this card because it's really a good one. It's about having the courage to let go of the pressure to fit in, okay, to be part of the crowd, okay? So, let's see. It does come around at a time when we have a deep sense of, loss or confusion, which is where a lot of people are at right now. We're processing that, okay? But it's just a recognition that, sometimes being that orphan isn't necessarily a bad thing. Okay. Sometimes we fall out of sync with other groups of people that we've been with, or, we're just in a different phase of learning and growth. And it kind of has that feeling from us, but it's not we're just stepping into a new phase. And it's a reminder, not to compromise to belong to something, okay? Not to compromise who you are. What is it, baby? I have a kitty that's looking to, yeah, she wants to be part of so that's part of the courage that we're working with this month, okay? To really be who we are. And that sometimes that may mean, stepping outside that comfortable circle, okay, that we have. So, and let's see, the fairies are kind of fun. So we'll pull some from them and see if there's any other fairies. What are your message for us? Fairies are more into the day-to-day messages and issues that come up, which is why I tend to use them on the week-to-week videos. All right, what's going on here? Fairies, what do we need to know? Ooh. Okay. Positive expectations. All right, so a few of the messages from the fairies for this upcoming month, okay? Being mindful of our eating, okay? We're at that holiday time. Here in America, we just came out of Thanksgiving and stuffed ourselves with lots of very good food, but it's a reminder to a lot of us to keep that vegetables in our diet was healthy with quite a bit more vegetables. But part of it could be that with this come to the edge card and the feeling orphan, maybe you're feeling compelled to step out as a vegetarian and and really move away from the culture that wants to continue, this with meat as a primary form of sustenance. There's a lot of people who feel very strongly about the way animals are treated and that we shouldn't be using them as that. But anyway, so that might be part of the courage that, is you deciding to go out completely vegetarian in a different way of eating and lifestyle. And that may not always be easy if you're around people who don't embrace that. Okay. But it's urging us to hold positive expectations this month. Even though the energies are kind of wonky, and a lot of it seems unclear, and we may find that things come to light this month that we are, whoa, the fairies are urging us to hold positive expectations, okay? Use your powers of visualization. Ask for the highest and best. There's a guy by the name of Tom Moore who talks about asking your angels and guides for most benevolent outcomes, which is really like asking for the highest good for everyone involved, okay, for all of us here who are going through this journey on earth. And getting outdoors, okay, the magic of nature. And it also could certainly mean that in some areas of our country, I feel as I pick up that card, we may be now starting to, I know here in the Northeast and the United States, we're entering into our winter months, where we, as much as we love the pretty snow, it can be a little much to deal with sometimes, and it can really mess with traffic. So we might be dealing with the elements of nature a lot more intensely this month. Okay. So, but, keep the faith, take one step at a time. You know, the positive expectations card is really a lot about, holding that space. Okay. Instead of focusing a lot of our attention on what we're worried about or what we're afraid might happen. I mean, you could certainly be prepared, but, try to hold, also move your energy and focus over to what's the best that could the very best that could happen also. Okay. Let me see. Is there any other final message here, fairies? Okay. Oh, well, just a final one to remember to spend some quiet time for yourself. With holidays that take place, in December. I'm not sure when Hanukkah comes up this year, but there's also, Christmas and New Year's right after that. It can be a very busy, hectic time. So it's just that reminder from the fairies that to take some quiet time for yourself. And maybe you'll be doing that by going out in nature if there's a beautiful day. But quiet time is also going to be really important this month, to sit, to meditate, focus on your own nurturing, your inner self. Okay. So that we can be fully present and available for others and the tasks that we need to do. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. I'm looking to be back on again more in December. So I hope you have a lovely holiday season, everyone. Take care, and thank you so much.